From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off in Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Off play action, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. He beams one deep right side. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by, I love this name, Devon Diablo.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. O'Connell will throw to get us started. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Trying getting that one to Brock Bowers. So it'll be 2nd down. Off the play action, O'Connell. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. Touchdown! The Raiders don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Greg Reynolds to return it. The tackle is made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Buying some time left. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Give them 3 on that game. And that gives the Lions the first.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at second and pretty short. Got Williams, and it's complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's O'Connell. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell. Stays in the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. O'Connell here from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Throwing now, off play action. St. Brown there to bring it in. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets it to the 15. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This one's caught.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Montgomery. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. First and 10 from the 41. O'Connell to throw it. Dump off caught by his back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Running for the marker on second. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Lee McNeil in on the tackle. Nothing for them on second down, and now it's 3rd and 1. Big play action. It's O'Connell. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. White on first and goal. Scores! Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First down throw from Goff. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking for a target. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurry throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. That's Carlton Davis.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation. You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
One final shot before halftime. Getting out to his left. Throwing for the end zone. And oh, he got it. Interception. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And he gets him around 6 there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. White trying this straight ahead. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Lee McNeil in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the gun, O'Connell. Marshall there to bring it in. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Hauled in left side. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 10 now. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Working quickly here. Here's O'Connell. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
35 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the first.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
14.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing off the play fake here. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And the Raiders get there and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play, 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
He sends this one to the end zone, and it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Now it's a bootleg for him. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. So timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back to throw it. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's cut at the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Raiders leading by 7. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing is O'Connell. Searches from the pocket. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down. It's White on the give. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. Again, this is White. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders trail by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
Lions 14. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's Raymond on the return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
76, tell him. 76. 76. We go. 76. 76. 5. 5.
From the gun, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And now the Raiders call for the 1st of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 26-yard line.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
14. 14.
Trying again following the sack. Trying to push it deep downfield. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders get the football back across midfield. Inside the 45-yard line on the return.
At the 43-yard line.
Since birth, I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall